Evan has served as chair. He's now a director on the U.S.-China Business Council. He's vice chair on our National Committee for U.S.-China Relations. And you've had a host of other roles. I, too, have been involved in global business, and so I don't know how you look at a global conference like this and not talk about it. So I'd welcome your perspectives not only on China, but on U.S.-China business relationships at this juncture moving forward.
Yeah. And look, I've been doing business in China, building businesses in China. I'm not a financial investor. That's not my skill set. But I'm a builder of business. I've been doing business there, building, for 30 years. So I have a reasonably intimate view in a micro, on-the-ground sense of the reality, as well as the macro of it. In a word, we're in a period of transition. U.S.-China relationship was one of cooperation. There was a view that as China opened up and prospered, they would become more liberal in their values and become more like us. That is a deep misunderstanding of Chinese culture and history, but that was our belief. It was the belief in the liberal democratic world. And as China prospered, China emerged in their own image. And we became very offended, and we became very disillusioned with that. We went a step further and said that we never benefited, and the broad belief today is we never benefited from trade with China, that China benefited and not us. On the other side, China has benefited greatly from the global economic system, rules-based system of trade. They are the beneficiaries. Yet, they want everyone else's market open, but they don't open their market. Reciprocity doesn't exist in the nomenclature. Secondly, they don't follow the rules that are established. So you got both sides coming at it. And so we're in an era now and it's emerging, of rivalry and competition, but yet opportunity for cooperation also, both. Both sides are not viewing it that way. Both sides, because of their own domestic politic, and China has its own domestic politic, no different than America does. You just don't see it as clearly from here. Are beginning to frame the relationship in very nationalistic terms and framing it as one of enemies. And that's a dangerous world. And the notion that we would decouple. And that's unrealistic. That's a strategy that has failed, that fails on arrival. And it's the wrong mental model. We're deeply interconnected. We rely on each other, both do, tremendously. And that's a good thing. Yes, it creates vulnerabilities. On the other hand, if you're invested with each other, it's an element of stability it creates. I'm invested in your future. I rely on you. You're invested in mine. You rely on me. Yes, we need to defend our own interests as a nation. Somebody shouldn't steal from us. We have technology that is dual use, that's important, that we should protect that technology. On the other hand, we should be more confident in ourselves. we are in a competitive race. I know for business when we're in competition, it's not to hold the other guy down, but the other guy run his race. It's you got to run your own race better. And how America focuses on improving its own competitive profile, including not putting up the walls, but increasing trade and security ties with our allies and neighbors, because guess what? They want increased trade with America. Instead, we're going the other way. And for the sake of this notion of middle-class labor, we're saying we're not gonna have more trade with others. We're gonna become more self-sufficient. We're gonna just bring all supply chain home. That's misguided. And so we need to run our own race better. We need to be more confident in ourselves. And we have to have a clearer view of our priorities. And when it comes to US and China, you have to also believe in the art of diplomacy. And the art of diplomacy is the art of the possible. And we need communication between ourselves.
I would agree there, definitely.